What's going on, YouTube? Ferocity here. I hope you guys are doing well. I cannot wait to play XDefiant. I am so excited for this game to come out because everything that I see from this development team is exactly what I'm asking Activision and Call of Duty to do. The transparency, the developer feedback, the community support. This isn't difficult. And Ubisoft and the XDefiant team are knocking it out of the park. They are being 100% transparent with their community. They came out with this graphic that I'm going to throw on screen right now, is also the thumbnail of this video. This is everything we're getting in preseason, before Season 1 even launches. 14 maps at launch, more than Call of Duty, mind you, more than Call of Duty. And on top of this, obviously, every single map's going to be new to us because it's a brand new game, so that's great. 24 weapons, not bad. 5 different game modes, and 5 different factions. So we know what this game's going to now build on, because we know what their core is about. We know that what matters to them is building on the factions, building on the modes, building on the weapons, building on the maps. That's pretty good. I'm happy with that. This is what more development teams need to do, is say, hey, this is what we're working on. Look at this cool graphic we made. It does so much more for the community to let you know what is going on at your development team. Letting them know that, hey, this is something to get excited about. And I, for one, am extremely excited for XDefiant. This is a game I deeply want to play, and frankly, it needs to knock it out of the park. I'm going to be honest here. I will be very upset if for some reason this game falls short of the expectations. I don't believe it will. I don't, because I think they've done all the right things. I think they've consulted the right people. I think they've brought in a development team that actually has a vision. They've created a game that will have an identity, and they're going to capture this market that honestly has been lacking for so long, right? This market used to be dominated by the Call of Duties, by the Battlefields, by the Halos, and now there's just this gaping hole that is waiting for somebody to take advantage of because of the fact that all of these franchises are falling short of the expectations. This is where XDefiant can truly capture a lot of people that feel alienated by these different development teams, by these different studios. And Ubisoft has an opportunity to cash in, and they're doing everything right now. They are doing everything right. And honestly, I could see XDefiant having a really rough launch and it not mattering. I could see them fumbling the bag a few times throughout the course of this game's early life cycle, but because it seems that Ubisoft is dedicated to actually communicate with their community, we're going to be in a really good spot because they're going to be transparent. They're going to work with us. They're going to listen to our feedback, and they're going to apply it to the game. They are learning from the mistakes of every other large developer and studio, and they're going to fix these mistakes, and they're going to do right by their community. And honestly, they have a really good opportunity to knock it out of the park and be the giant in this marketplace that we've been missing for far too long. Because frankly, I think people wanted Modern Warfare 2 to be that giant. That's why people went out to buy it, because there was nothing else out there worthy of their money. And it fell short. It didn't just fall short, it didn't even get off the starting line. It was such a disappointment through and through that I think that, you know, we don't have to go through the Steam numbers, but we can talk about it as a whole and just say it's been a major disappointment. Whereas XDefiant's coming in when people are sick and tired of the Call of Duty franchise. People have kind of wavering trust within Battlefield, and then Halo was just a niche game again where it failed to capture any of the gold of what they used to be, and they've done a terrible job of bringing in new people, because again, that's another game that doesn't really have much of an identity right now. Whereas I feel XDefiant will have that identity. I think XDefiant will do right by the community and will be honest with people. And just to attribute more to this honesty, I'll link it down below in the description, but if you go to their blog post, not only do they have everything that they're going to be releasing for preseason, they also have the entire roadmap for year one. Something that we've never really gotten from Call of Duty. Like, we get a roadmap for a season. a week before it comes out, because frankly I don't think even Activision knows what they're releasing, because it's totally based off of how the community feels about the game. And the only reason why seasons 3 and 4 were injected with a little bit more content was because so many people in the community were complaining so much about the lack of content in the game. But here we already know that, hey, this is how year 1 of XDefiant is going to look. In season 1, we're going to get a new faction code name. In season 2, 3, and 4 as well, we're going to get 3 new weapons each season, 3 new maps each season, 90 tiers of battle pass. There'll be new arena and progressive modes throughout the entirety of year 1. They're going to add ranked mode, private matches, caster cams, ongoing work to keep competitive fair for player protection, and then welcome lists for beginners and practice zones for comfort features. Like, they have their entirety of year 1 figured out. And I'm here for it. Again, I'm here to help XDefiant be successful, because that's what I want. I want XDefiant to be a successful game, because I think it's important that game developers that are transparent with their community get rewarded for that transparency and that honesty. Because I'm sick and tired of the dishonest that we see from Activision all the time. And I'm just ready for somebody else to come into this marketplace and conquer it. Take it over. Make everybody want to play your game. I love the fact that they're doing another open session starting next week, and you better believe it that I'm going to be making videos on this game. You better believe that I'm going to be pumping this game's tires as much as possible, because I want this to succeed. And I want people to move away from Call of Duty, because, yeah, we are boycotting it. Yeah, we don't want to endorse it any longer or to promote it any longer, because frankly the franchise has fallen off a giant cliff and it's tumbling down a hill right now, and nobody is willing to save it. And it feels like everything the community has cried out for the last few years has just fallen on deaf ears. So when it comes to a game that wants to swoop in and nurture all of those community members that feel abandoned, I'm here for it. Why isn't this more popular? I want to see more people supporting XDefiant, because I feel this is the path forward for all of gaming. I think it's important for developers and studios to be 1000% transparent with their communities. I think it's important that communities get a little bit more involved in the creation of games, especially when you are transparent with the fact that there are certain content creators that voice their opinions on this game already. You know that there's certain content creators out there on YouTube that have worked and helped out XDefiant, and that's great. That is leveraging your community to create a better game. Something that Call of Duty doesn't understand. And I'm getting a little sick and tired of always comparing them together, because frankly, everything from XDefiant has just wiped the floor with Call of Duty, and that is why XDefiant is going to crush Call of Duty this fall. That's why you're going to see more people flocking over to XDefiant and supporting it. What I'm doing here is trying to bring along some stragglers who might not believe in the vision that Ubisoft has just yet, but maybe help them understand that this is the path forward. This is how better games get made. And Call of Duty should be put on notice here by XDefiant, because frankly, they're going to win this fall. They are. Yeah, Call of Duty might sell more copies, but maybe have a few more active players, but I guarantee you that XDefiant is going to segment a large portion of their player base and is going to find a way to retain that player base. That's the difference here. Is I feel that, yeah, Call of Duty might have more initial players like we saw in Steam charts, but as the year progresses, because Ubisoft have a clear vision for this game, we talked about it a few minutes ago. They already have their entire year 1 planned out. They have that vision moving forward. Players will stay on the game because they know this development team is invested in the game. Whereas you look across the way to Call of Duty and you know it's the complete opposite, where they're not invested in this game. They don't care if the game gets better throughout the course of the game's life cycle. Whereas there is a vested interest for them to get better, for the game to get better. So I'm very excited for this. I cannot believe that it's going to be coming hopefully by the end of this summer. Like, if it comes in September, the one thing is, this is a personal note, I'm going to Vegas in the middle of September, and I swear to God, if it launches that weekend, I'm gonna lose my mind because I want to play as much of this game as I possibly can. And like, I haven't been this excited for a first-person shooter launch of a brand new series since Titanfall. And we can talk about the failure that was Titanfall 2 in another video, because that was a game that was done so dirty by its development team, or not development team, but publishing team, that it deserves its own video. But regardless of these facts, I want to know what you guys think of XDefiant. Are you excited about this game? Do you think it's going to be a Call of Duty killer? Do you think that this game is just going to start off strong but falter throughout its life cycle? I'd love to know all of your thoughts down below in that comment section. Guys, I'm going to be honest. Like, I'm jacked. I'm jacked for this game. I'm jacked for what they're bringing to this marketplace. But that's my opinion. I'd love to hear yours. As always, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. If you want to see more videos from me, please hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.